Home is where the heart is. December ends with this beautiful full moon in Cancer on December 26th. It's going to be highlighting your emotional needs. It's things that have been taking a back seat during the hustle and bustle of the energy of this Capricorn season. You may feel intuitively led to people, places, and things that support and satisfy you internally. While Capricorn season tends to emphasize rational thoughts and thinking, this full moon is going to be a reminder that your feelings and your emotional needs deserve to be honored also. I feel that this is one of the best full moons of the year, and it is just perfect for that after Christmas gathering or for an opportunity for some internal reflection. This is about being in the moment, being present, being content, and appreciating those that you share space with. Whether you spend time with your family or with your friends or even by yourself, it's about sinking in and feeling a sense of community and belonging with where you are. At this full moon, your community is everywhere, so take the time to reach out to a friend and a loved one. Welcome, I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate, and this is your December 2023 Cancer full moon astrology forecast. So let's dive in. So for Aries Sun and Aries Rising, now, full moons, they are times of endings, completions, closure. They bring about themes that are now coming full circle. They reveal what was hidden in the dark. We have your sun having you focused at the top of your chart with your career, your legacy, authority figures that are in your life, or becoming an authority figure. Your 10th house represents awards, your public reputation. It represents all things where you want to make your mark on society, where you're focused on your social status. It is about your public life and your life path or where you want to go. And so with the focus being on that, the sun is now shining a light on your 4th house. So your 4th house represents your home, your family, your traditions, your roots, your foundations, anybody that lives in your home or anybody that feels like family to you. The 4th house also represents your ancestors, your foundation, real estate, property, landscaping, your country. It's where you live and where you put down roots to grow. Now, this full moon, it has a lot of support from other planets. There is a beautiful sextile to Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is in your 2nd house. A sextile is this ease and grace that offers you this ability to get support from your self-esteem, from your cash, your property, things that you value. The 2nd house is your finances and your resources. And how is this supporting the choices that are ending and coming full circle in your house of home? The full moon, it brings, it's about expressing your maternal nature during this Cancer moon because it's offering this abundant Taurus themes like pleasure and love and beauty in the final days of December. Now, there is also this easy trine to Saturn that is in the sign of Pisces in your 12th house. Remember that Saturn is structure and being wanting to build something that's solid from the ground up. And Pisces is very fluid. And this is offering a sense of stability and steady growth. It's wanting to help you to instill genuine satisfaction that will last throughout time. It is quelling your fears. The 12th house is where you go to be alone. It's where you go to rest and retreat. The 12th house is also where we tap into our intuition, our dreams, the Akashic records. It's where we tap into our angels and our guides and our ancestors. The 12th house is where we do the hidden work. And this is going to be an opportunity that's going to be creating an atmosphere that you're going to feel safe and secure within your circle of home. It's going to be an opportunity to nurture your soul. It's creating a space that's conducive to relaxation, to healing, for romance, for an appreciation of your blessings, and this deeper, more intimate connection on a more soul level. So at this time, I also want you to be mindful, because we have Mercury. Mercury is still stationed retrograde in your ninth house of wanting to travel and wanting to, it's legal matters, it is foreign people, places, things, and it represents all forms of email, phone, text. And so it continues to square with Neptune. Remember, Neptune is faith and hope, but it's also can be a little foggy. And so as it stations direct in the next few days, it's going to be adding to this like dreamlike nature of this full moon. It's going to be important for you to come back to reality before sending any important messages or finishing any tasks that you have, to minimize the potential for errors and miscommunications when it comes to classes or workshops or travel, email, and phone. So let's recap one more time that the full moon, remember, it's endings and it's a culmination. And so these can manifest as endings that you're going to be paying off your mortgage, moving to a different house, moving to a different country, or the completion of some type of a real estate matter. The fourth house also has endings or completions that are related to your family. And this could be particularly your parents. And so this could manifest as endings of them, such as they're retiring or they're downsizing or becoming empty nesters. The fourth house has all types of endings or closures of things that have naturally come to their end of their cycle. So for Aries, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out my astrology forecast videos on other major transits. I invite you to join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. And for an in-depth reading of your chart, you can schedule a private reading at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising, full moons, they're times of endings, they're times of closure, completion. They always bring themes of coming full circle. They reveal what was hidden or in the dark. Currently, you have your sun in your ninth house. The sun in the ninth house represents a focus on traveling or education or philosophy or religion. It's about publishing things. Your ninth house is about adventure and legal matters. It is cross-cultural experiences. It's about you wanting to publish something or taking a class or taking a workshop. Now with the sun there, the full moon is actually occurring in your third house. Now the third house for you, that represents all types of communication that you have with people on a daily basis. It is about learning things, it is early education, but it's really about your relationship with your neighbors or your siblings or traveling short distance places. It's about writing or your personal spirituality that you might not share with other people. The third house is how you say things. It's how you connect or talk or with people, or how you communicate with people on a day-to-day basis, meaning who you speak with and what ideas that you share with people on a day-to-day basis. Now, there's going to be some kind of a closure, some kind of an ending that's going to happen with that. And this full moon, it has a lot of support from other planets. It is sextile to Jupiter in your first house of self. So we know that this is all about you, your identity, your power, your self-expression. It is about your habits, your strength. The first house represents your appearance, your personality. Basically, it is how you present yourself or how other people see you in the outside world. It is offering the abundant nature of Taurus themes, which are pleasure and love and beauty, all in the final days of December. It is also in this easy trine to the planet of Saturn in Pisces. Now, trines are naturally easy when the planets are talking to each other or communicating and saying, let's work together with this. Saturn is the planet of structure, building a structure, wanting something that will last over a longer period of time. And Pisces Pisces is very fluid-like, and it's intuitive, and it is psychic. And this is in your house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, and who you network in order to accomplish these goals. So all of this is saying, I'm going to offer you some stability, some steady growth that's going to instill genuine satisfaction that will last throughout time. All of this energy is really creating an atmosphere where you're going to feel safe, that you're going to feel secure in your social circle, in what you want to accomplish, and how you communicate this. This is going to be an opportunity to nurture your soul with taking classes and workshops and who you network with. It is creating a space that's conducive to relaxation, romance, appreciation of your blessings, with a deeper, more intimate connection at a soul level. I do want to draw your attention to Mercury and to make you aware and be mindful of it, because Mercury is still stationed retrograde and it continues to square Neptune. Mercury being all about our thoughts, our ideas, our travel, our wanting to go over and redo some things in your 8th house of your shared resources. And so it's going to be stationing direct in just a few days. And so it's adding to this dreamlike nature of this full moon. It's important for you to come back to reality before signing or sending off any important messages or tasks. Keep them to a minimum if it's at all possible, to minimize the errors or the miscommunication when it comes to email, phone, text. So to recap, having this full moon, it is going to signal some type of an ending or communication that has to do with education, classes, workshops, something that could have to do with your siblings or your cousins. A full moon in your 3rd house can also manifest as the completion of something of your siblings or something of your neighbors that may affect you, that maybe with somebody that you see on a day-to-day basis. Maybe they're moving away or they're completing a project that affects you. It could be that a relationship just comes naturally to an end, or there could be some kind of a falling out, or this could be a time of finalizing some matters that have to do with a course that you're taking, a class, or a project that you have been working on. It could be an educational course, or this could be just general correspondence and communication that you have between home and work. So Taurus, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out the other astrology videos on the forecasts and the transits. I invite you to join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. And for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgraceastrology.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising, full moons, they're times of endings, completion, closure. Remember that they bring all things full circle and completion of things. They literally reveal what was hidden in the dark. The sun for you is currently in your 8th house of your shared resources. The 8th house is the house of joint ventures where you address taboo topics. It's the house of birth, death, and rebirth. It has you focused on things that you share with other people. So this could be alimony, debt, wills, child support, any resources that you're in a business with somebody, or you're in a contractual obligation. This could be as a marriage partner, a business partner, or an ex. Now, the sun is focused on those topics, but it's illuminating you needing to focus on your own personal resources, your own self-worth, your own cash, your own property, your own finances, your own salary, your own income, your work ethic, your financial condition, and your personal possessions. It's going to be revealing some things that that are going to be coming to an end. Now, this full moon has a lot of support from the other planets. There is this beautiful sextile to Jupiter in your 12th house. It's Jupiter in Taurus. Jupiter is this expansive planet in a very earthy, solid, stable sign of Taurus. And it's in your 12th house of needing rest and recovery, paying attention to any synchronicity, things like dreams or finding a coin or numbers or hearing a song. The 12th house is the house of where we go for rest and retreat, but it's also where we pay attention to our guides, our intuition, our dreams, and it's the spiritual realm. It's where we go to rest, recover, and tune into what is going on within so we understand what's going on in the outside world. Now, this is going to bring opportunities to express the maternal nature of this Cancer moon, offering the abundant nature of these Taurus themes of love and pleasure and beauty, all in the final days of December. There's also going to be this easy trine. Trines are where we have this ease and grace to Saturn and Pisces. So the focus is going to include something that has to do with your career, your legacy, your aspirations. It is your public reputation, your professional life. The 10th house also has to do with people of authority. And so this is going to support you with what you are working on and what is now coming to an end. And so Saturn in Pisces is offering you stability. It is offering you steady growth. It's going to instill genuine satisfaction throughout this time. All of this energy is really creating this atmosphere where you're going to feel safe and secure within your social circle and within your own personal finances. This is an opportunity to nurture your soul. It's to create a space that's conducive to being comfortable and wanting to tap into an appreciation of your blessings on a more deeper, intimate connection where you are connected on a soul and spiritual level. At this time, I want you to be mindful that Mercury is still stationed retrograde. And so Mercury is thoughts and ideas and communication and travel in your 7th house of partnership and its relationships. It's your business partner, significant partner. It is your house where we make contractual agreements. It is also, I call it the 1+1, so it can be your best friends also. It's anybody that you communicate with that there could be some kind of an agreement with. So this could be you with clients or you with a significant other. So it is squaring Neptune at the top of your chart. So this is not even going to be stationing direct for a couple of more days now. So it's going to be adding to the illusion or the dreamlike nature of this full moon. And I'm cautioning you to make sure that you come back to reality before you send any important messages or you finish any tasks in order to minimize potential errors of miscommunication when it comes to signing documents, phone, email, text, or things that have to do with travel. So as I recap, remember that the 2nd house, it has to do with your income, your finances, your resources. And so a full moon here signals there's going to be some kind of an ending, some kind of a culmination. And so this could manifest as you reach some kind of financial pinnacle or an ending. There could be a time when you've saved up enough money that you've paid for something or that you've budgeted enough and now you're able to buy it. This could also be a pay raise or a bonus that you've been waiting for a long time. And this also can be where you've saved up enough money to pay off a larger debt. So Gemini, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out my astrology video forecasts on other major transits. I invite you to join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. And for an in-depth reading of your chart, you can schedule a private reading at willowgraceastrology.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, full moons Remember that they're times of endings and completions and closures, and they bring themes of coming full circle. And so they're going to reveal what's hidden or in the dark. Now, the sun is currently illuminating your 7th house, which represents anybody that you are that you do contract negotiations with. So this could be business partners. This could be your significant other, like as in a marriage partner. This could be best friends. This could be one-on-one with clients. This is also open enemies and exes. It's anybody that has these contractual promises or relationships that you work with. Now, that's where the sun is at, but the sun is literally illuminating, revealing some things that are going to be ending that have to do with you. Now, that could be something about your appearance, something coming to an end. It could be your vitality, strength, habits, desires, your interests. There could be something that's ending about your image or your interests. This could be a closure of one chapter and the beginning of a new chapter. Now, this moon, it has a lot of support from other planets. There's this beautiful sextile to Jupiter in Taurus. Jupiter is the planet of expansion and gifts and abundance in the earthy sign of Taurus, in your 11th house of your hopes, your goals, your wishes, your dreams, the people that you network with. So this ending has to do with connecting you to new hopes, wishes, dreams, because something is now ending. This opportunity is going to be to express the maternal nature of this Cancer moon, and the abundant nature of these Taurus themes of pleasure and love and beauty and networking with other people that you have these common threads of, where you either want to volunteer with or that you work with. There's also this easy trine to Saturn in Pisces. Now, Saturn is the planet of restriction and its boundaries, and Pisces is very watery, very fluid, and this is your 9th house of higher education, philosophy, religion, traveling, and connection with other people. So it's offering you this sense of stability and steady growth for yourself that's going to instill a genuine satisfaction throughout this time. All of this energy is creating this atmosphere so you can feel safe and secure with who you are becoming, who you identify with or as. It's about revealing more about yourself. It's an opportunity to nurture your soul and to feel secure within your social circles. It's about you appreciating all the blessings that you have on a deeper, more intimate connection at a soul level. Now, at this time, I want you to be mindful of Mercury. Mercury is still retrograde. It continues to square Neptune. And so Mercury, travel, thought, communication, email, and Neptune, little blurry, little foggy, and Mercury doesn't station direct for a few days. And so this is adding to this dreamlike nature of this full moon. So it's important for you to make sure that you come back to reality before you send any important emails, phone, text, any communication, to make sure that you read it, double check it, to minimize any potential errors that you have with miscommunication for any travel, email, phone, text. And so as we recap the full moon, it's going to be about your body. It's going to be about your appearance. It's how you appear to others. And there's going to be an ending that it may have you feeling your feels and being quite emotional at this time. I mean, as a Cancer rising, you are ruled by the moon. And so this is you being in touch with your feelings. And other people might really be able to see what's going on with you. You could also be putting the finishing touches on something that has to do with maybe a new look for yourself, or a new image, or changes with your personality, or your health during this time. Remember that the first house is all about you, and you being vulnerable and stepping into a space that makes you feel secure, and having an ending and having this new beginning start. So for Cancer, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out my other astrology forecast videos on other major transits. I invite you to join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. And for an in-depth reading of your chart, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Leo Sun and Leo Rising, remember that full moons, they're times of endings and completion and closure, and they bring these themes of something coming full circle, something that is ending, and they reveal what was hidden or in the dark that you just didn't know about at the time. And so the Sun is currently in your 6th house. This is where we are of daily service to others. It's about our daily habits. It's where we find a balance between home and work. It's nurturing our mental, physical, spiritual, psychological health and well-being. This is also the house of pets. And so knowing this, the full moon is going to be in your 12th house. It is illuminating these things that have to do with shamanic work, or it has to do with paying attention to your dreams, being very active at this time, being so crystal clear with connecting to the spiritual realm, or symbolism of dreams, numbers, coins, music, finding a feather, animals. The 12th house is where we go for rest and retreat. So at this time, you might be more tired more than usual. You might be more in tune and saying, I have to pay attention and take care of my mind, my body, my spirit before I can help and nurture anybody else that is out there. Now, this full moon, it has a lot of support from the other planets. It is forming this beautiful sextile to a Jupiter in Taurus, which has something to do with expansion of your career, your legacy, your public image in the outside world, how people see you. It is authority, it is what you want to achieve, it is your profession, it is about honors and rewards. Jupiter is saying, I can expand your exposure in the outside world with things that are going on. It brings these opportunities to express the maternal nature of this Cancer moon, and it's offering the abundant nature of pleasure, love, beauty, everything that also adds into your career, your legacy, an authority figure, having your voice be heard. Now, this full moon is also in an easy trine to Saturn in Pisces. Remember that Saturn is the planet of structure and time and building things that will last. And Pisces is very intuitive and fluid. And so this Saturn in Pisces, this is offering a sense of stability and steady growth with other people's resources, with birth, death, rebirth, and the idea of transformation, about diving into taboo topics and leaving nothing on the table. There's going to be this steady growth. It's an atmosphere where you can feel safe and secure within your social circle to broach specific topics. It's going to be an opportunity to nurture your soul, and it's going to be you feeling secure within your social circle and sharing with people. These are my dreams. This is really what I want to do. This is what I have to share with the world. As a Leo rising, your goal is to be heard, and be heard as some type of an authority figure, not just for loud and boisterous and life of the party. This is, my voice needs to be heard for what I have to say. And so this is an opportunity that you're going to have this connection on more of a soul level with people that can support you with this and be healed by your words being, by your vulnerability of sharing your words. Now, at this time, I want you to be mindful that Mercury is still stationed retrograde. It is still in a square with Neptune. So remember that we have this Mercury, your thoughts, your ideas, your communication, and Neptune is also in your 8th house. And this is the 8th house being your shared resources, other people's money. And so it's about building upon these contracts that you have with other people. These can be business partners, or these can be significant others. They can also be exes if there is money that is, or resources that are shared that way. And it can also be family members, as in debt or wills or money that is passed down from generational, somebody passing away. So there's going to be this dreamlike nature during this full moon, and it's really important for you to come back to reality before you send any important messages or finish any tasks, to minimize potential errors that could include miscommunication when it comes to your email, your phone, your text. So use caution before you hit that send button and before you leave that voicemail. So to recap, remember that your 12th house, it's hidden, it's secret, it's matters of confinement and seclusion, where we go for rest and retreat. It could also be related to it could be related to the house of undoing, or illness or disease. And so a full moon can manifest as there's a culmination of your withdrawal, or a culmination of an ending to the seclusion from others, as maybe you have been in the hospital, or there has been a retreat, or you have been away, either by choice or by other people's choices, and now you are ready to come back out and re-enter. This may be a time when you're starting to feel more energetic and feel more eager to be out in the world again. A full moon in the 12th house means that you have pulled back from society to regroup and re-energize yourself before you are willing to come back out and re-enter. It's taking care of your energy first. All right, so for Leo, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out my astrology forecast videos on other major transits. I invite you to join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. And for an in-depth reading of your chart, you can schedule that at willowgraceastrology.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising, remember that full moons, that they're a time of endings and completion, closure. They bring themes of something in your life coming full circle. They reveal what was once hidden or in the dark. And the Sun for you is really focused on what brings you pleasure, childlike activities, taking risks, children, creative projects, you starting some things. This is art and music, and this is also the house of gambling and pleasure, and it's how you express yourself. So the Sun is illuminating the moon in your 11th house. So the 11th house for you represents an ending to something that has to do with some groups, or a goal, or your hopes, or your wishes, or your dreams. And so this could be an ending of, or of a finalizing of a project. A full moon here has a lot of support from other planets. We have this beautiful sextile to Jupiter and Taurus. This is bringing an opportunity to express the maternal nature of this Cancer full moon, offering the abundant nature of Taurus themes, that I want to travel, I want to dive into spirituality, I want to take that class, take that workshop, I want to publish something. It's about legal matters. And these Taurus themes include beauty and love and pleasure, and it's all in the final days of December. Now, there's also this easy trine to Saturn and Pisces. So Saturn is the planet of regulations and rules and foundations, and Pisces is very fluid. And in your 7th house, this is through partnerships. This is about your contractual agreements. This is your 1+1 house. So for you with a business partner, you with a best friend, you with a marital partner, it's you connecting to somebody else through contractual agreements or negotiations. And so Saturn and Pisces in your 7th house is offering you stability and steady growth. It's going to instill truly this genuine satisfaction of connecting to the right people and building these healthy foundations and relationships. All of this energy is creating this atmosphere where you're going to feel safe and secure in your social circle. It's an opportunity to nurture your soul, to create a space that's conducive to relaxation and romance and appreciation of your blessings and a deeper, more intimate connection with your business partner, your significant other, your clients, your best friend on a more soul level. Now, at this time, I'm encouraging you to be mindful of Mercury. Mercury is still stationed retrograde in your home sector. This is your foundation, your roots, your family. And so it's in a square still with Neptune. And Neptune, it's a little foggy and it's a little dreamy like. And so Mercury's not going to station direct for a few days. So it's going to be adding to the dreamlike nature of this full moon. And I'm encouraging you to take a pause because it's important for you to come back to reality before sending any important messages, before hitting that send button for the email, or before talking to anybody, to finish any tasks that because you want to minimize potential errors and any miscommunication when it comes to email, phone, travel, texting. And so, again, like a quick recap, a full moon in your 11th house is all associated with groups, your friends, your organizations, and it's your hopes and your dreams. And so this full moon, there's going to be some type of an ending or a culmination. It could manifest as an ending so that the project is over, so you can begin something new, or you've met that goal. It could be also that you and your friends or those groups that you've been involved with, or an event of some sort, it's completed. Maybe the project is completed. There could also be, since it's your house of hopes and dreams, that there's some kind of a culmination or an achievement that your dream has been met, and maybe one of your goals have been met. And so now it's time to start setting the new ones. I would encourage you to wait until the January 11th new moon, because allow this to sink in and appreciate these endings. When it comes to endings with some of your groups, it could be that you're just ready to move on. You've outgrown some of the social media groups that you're on, or things that you work with, or that you realize that is no longer a goal of yours and you've gone as far as you want with it. So Virgo, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. Please check out my other astrology forecast videos on major transits. I invite you to join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology forecasts. For a private consultation, you can schedule at willowgraceastrology.com, and to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Libra Sun and Libra Rising, remember that full moons, they are times of endings and closures and completions of where things are coming full circle in your life. They reveal what was once hidden in the dark and is now being illuminated by the sun. So the sun has you focused on home matters, family, traditions, roots, your foundation, people that feel like family to you, or it'll have you focused on your real estate or your personal property. Anything that has to do with your personal life, your ancestors, or people that share the same past. That's where the sun is focused. Now the sun is illuminating something that has to do with your career, your job, your legacy, your public life, you being seen in the outside world. The 10th house has to do with your reputation, your professional life, things that you want to achieve, your mark on society. Now this full moon, it has a lot of support from other planets. It is in a beautiful sextile to Jupiter in Taurus. Jupiter is this planet of abundance in an earthy sign of Taurus, making things grounded and solid and stable and reliable. And so it's bringing this opportunity to express the maternal nature of this Cancer full moon, offering you Taurus themes of pleasure, love, and beauty, with people that you are deeply bonded with. The 8th house is the house of deep bonding, the people where you have joint ventures with, and this could be marital or business. The 8th, and this could also be family members if like you share things like share property. Remember that this is the house of other people's resources. So it's the house of alimony, child support, debt. And so these themes are going to be all throughout the final days of December. Now, there's also this easy trine to Saturn in Pisces. Now, Saturn is the planet of making a structure that's solid and stable and reliable in the watery, intuitive sign of Pisces. And so it's bringing structure, bringing stability to your house of your mental, physical, spiritual, psychological health, well-being, finding a mentor, finding a guide, things that you need to do to take care of yourself before you help with others, because it's in the house of your daily service to others. So Saturn in Pisces is offering this sense of stability and steady growth that instills this genuine satisfaction throughout this time. All of this energy for you is creating this atmosphere where you can feel safe at home and at work, secure within your social circle. It's an opportunity to nurture your soul, creating a space that's really conducive to relaxation, romance, appreciation of your blessings for what you have at work or what you have in the outside world, what other people see, awards, legacies, and on a more intimate, deeper connection on a soul level at home. So at this time, I also want to encourage you to be mindful as Mercury is still stationed retrograde. It's going to continue to square Neptune. Mercury, the planet of thoughts and ideas and communication and travel, squaring Neptune. As it stations to go direct in just a few days here, it's going to add this dreamlike nature of this full moon, of not seeing everything crystal clear. So it's important for you to come back to reality before sending any important messages or finishing any tasks or signing off on anything, to minimize potential errors of any miscommunication when it comes to email, phone, text, travel, anything where you are communicating with people in an outside world. This could also be with classes or workshops and neighbors, since Mercury is in your 3rd house. So in order to recap, remember that your 10th house, it is associated with career, public reputation, honors that you have, and you being recognized. It's authority figures. And so there might be some endings or culminations that could manifest as a career that's ending, such as maybe you're transferring from one place in your work to something else. It could manifest as resigning or being fired, or it has a lot to do with you being in the public eye, and maybe you have been in the public eye and now things are going to slow down because there's going to be an ending of something that's been going on with it could be honors, it could be awards, it could be authority, and so something could come to its natural end. Or this could be you saying, I'm ready to move on from this. I'm going to create the natural ending to this. I want to retire. I'm ready to leave this job and move on to into another. So for Libra, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out my astrology videos on other major transits. And please join me live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultation. For a private consultation, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. All right, so for Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising, let's remember that full moons, they're time of endings and completions and closures, and they bring these themes that something in your life has come full circle. They reveal what was hidden and once in the dark. So we look to your Sun first. Your Sun is in your 3rd house of close to home, people that you communicate with on a daily basis. This can be neighbors, this can be siblings, cousins, this could be anybody that you talk or exchange ideas with on a daily basis. So this could be through work, or again, neighbors, or just you being out and about. Now, the sun is illuminating some endings that have to do with your moon being in Cancer in your ninth house. The ninth house is travel, it's education. So maybe you're ending a class or a workshop, or you're ending traveling somewhere, or you're ending something that has to do with it's legal matters, and it's publishing, and it's classes and workshops and advertising and import and export and university and beliefs and spirituality. So there could be something that's naturally coming to an ending that has to do with some of these themes. Now, this full moon has a lot of support from the other planets, such as a sextile to Jupiter. Jupiter is in your seventh house of partnerships. I love this because Jupiter is about being solid and stable and earthy and grounded, and it's expansive with business partners, significant others, friends, one-on-one clients. It is in the house of where you have these contractual agreements or where you negotiate with other people. And so it's expressing this maternal nature of this Cancer moon, offering themes of pleasure and love and beauty and satisfaction with who you are doing this with on a day-to-day basis. Now, there's also this easy trine to Saturn in Pisces. Saturn being the house or the planet of stability and structure and things being built over time, and Pisces, watery, intuitive, and psychic, in your fifth house of pleasure and joy and creativity and where you take risks. This is offering you a sense of stability and steady growth that instills genuine satisfaction of your childlike activities, of things that you want to create, places that you want to go, things that you want to do. It's about creating an atmosphere where you feel safe and secure within your social circle to do things that bring you joy. This could have something to do with children or art or music or taking risks. The fifth house is the house of where you enjoy doing things, like think about like on the weekend or on holiday. So it's going to be an opportunity for you to nurture your soul. It will be creating a space that's conducive for relaxation, joy, and pleasure. It's romance, and it's appreciating your blessings on a deeper, more intimate connection with others that you have these one-on-one relationships with on a more deep soul level. Now, I want you to be mindful that Mercury is still stationed retrograde. Mercury is in your second house of your self-worth, your cash, your property, your resources, the second house of your money, your finances. And so it is in a square to Neptune in your fifth house. And so remember, Neptune can be dreamlike, but it can also be foggy or unclear. And so it continues to square Neptune as it stations to go direct in just a few days. And so this is going to add to this dreamlike nature of your full moon. So it's going to be important for you to make sure that you come back to reality before sending any important messages or finish any tasks that because you want to minimize any potential problems. And this means miscommunications when it comes to sending that email, leaving that phone message or that text, or something that has to do with communication through travel mishaps. And so to recap, your ninth house, remember, is about expanding your horizons in such matters like, I want to travel there. I want to have this long distance. I want to experience something elsewhere. I want to experience other cultures. I want to dive into some higher education, religion, philosophy, publishing, and the law. So a full moon is definitely going to signal some kind of an ending or some kind of a completion of. So this could be a completion of travel that you've been gallivanting around, or finishing up matters that are related to interests that you have to do with other people, or a course, or some of your beliefs. Maybe you've taken some classes on studying something that has to do with spirituality, gone down a rabbit hole. This is also the house of higher education, so this might be related to completing some of your studies at this time. This could also have to do with your children completing some of these studies. Now, the ninth house also covers topics such as publishing and editing and the law and legal matters. And so if there has been something that's been going on, whether you want to have something published like a book or a journal or music or something that is related to publishing, it might also be ending or completed at this time. So Scorpio, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out my astrology forecast videos on the other major transits. I invite you to join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. To get a private in-depth reading of your chart, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising, remember the full moons, they're times of endings and completion and closure, and they bring these themes of coming full circle with something in your life. They reveal what was hidden and in the dark and is now coming out to the light. So the sun has you focused on your self-worth, your cash, your property, your personal resources. It has you focused on your salary, your skill set, your income, your financial condition, your movable property. It is the house of your work ethic. And so the sun being there is shining a light and having some kind of an ending that has to do with your resources combined with somebody else's. This could be through alimony, through child support, through a debt, paying off a debt. This could be through a will. Somebody has passed away, the money has been passed down, or the resources have been passed down. Remember that the 8th house represents any shared resources or joint ventures that you have either with business partners or significant others, and it can also represent exes. It also is the house of taboo topics, where you have to be able to discuss the will. You have to be able to dive in and talk about those things that a lot of people just don't want to bring to the light and discuss. And so a full moon here could say, okay, I'm ready to discuss these topics. I'm ready to create the will. I'm ready to decide where this money is going to go, where these resources are going to go. Now, with this full moon, it has a lot of support from other planets, and so it is sextile to Jupiter in the sign of Taurus. Jupiter is this expansive planet that expands everything that it touches, and this is in your house of your daily habits. It is your health, your mental health, your physical health. It's the house of finding a mentor and finding a guide. So if you are needing to do all of these things to feel better about yourself because it's been weighing on you, making you not feel good. Finding a mentor, finding a guide. How do you navigate the paperwork that goes along with this, the contractual agreements that go along with this? You don't have to do this alone. Jupiter in Taurus is going to be accentuating the abundant nature of love and pleasure and beauty, and how can you stay healthy within? How do you use these resources in order to feel safe and secure and give back? This is the house of your daily habits, but it's also where we give back to the community. Now, it is also in a beautiful trine to Saturn in Pisces. So Saturn is the planet of time and stability and regulations and boundaries in the watery sign of Pisces, meaning Pisces is very fluid and emotional and feeling. And so Saturn and Pisces in your 4th house of your home, your family, your roots, your foundation, needing to create this as you move forward. I mean, that's your ultimate goal. And so it's offering the sense of stability and this steady growth that instills genuine satisfaction about what you're doing throughout this time. All of this energy combined is creating an atmosphere so that you can feel safe and secure about the choices that you're making, setting yourself up for the future. It's an opportunity for you to nurture your soul. It's creating a space that's conducive to an appreciation of what are your blessings and having this deeper, more intimate connection with others on a soul level. Now, at this time, I would like you to be mindful of Mercury is still retrograde, and it continues to square Neptune in your 4th house. Neptune, is very dreamy and can be foggy, and Mercury is your thoughts, your ideas, your communication, your travel. And this has to do everything with you, of how you are presenting this, how you are sharing these thoughts and ideas, and not having 100% of all the facts of what's going on. So it's going to add this dreamlike nature to this full moon. It's important for you to make sure that you come back to reality before you send any important email, phone, text, before you hit that send button, before you send that text. Read it, reread it, or if you can, pause and not. It's about minimizing potential errors and any miscommunications when it comes to the way that you are communicating and sharing information about yourself into the outside world. So to recap this, a full moon means that you have these shared resources and these shared possessions with others that can include your partner's inheritances or yours, taxes that you both share. And this could be a business partner, and this could be insurances or loans from other institutions, something that they've accrued or something that you've accrued. So a full moon may signal an ending or a culmination of some of these topics in your life. It could also manifest as the finalization of an end of a joint property matter, such as a divorce settlement or a disillusionment of a business partnership, or a finalization of a will or something that, like, somebody has passed away and it's between you and your siblings. And so a full moon can say, now we can finally have clarity on this. Now we can have an ending. It's associated with inheritances, so this can be when the inheritance is finally finalized, or loan or taxation or those topics. Some things are now going to be finalized and taken care of, and you're able to move on with life with more ease and grace. So Sagittarius, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out the other astrology forecast videos on the major transits. I invite you to join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule at willowgraceastrology.com, and to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising, I'm reminding you that full moons, they're times of these endings and completions and closure. They bring themes of something in your life coming full circle. They reveal what was hidden and now is being revealed because of the sun. So for you, the sun is lighting up all about you. It's your identity. This will have something to do with your appearance, your self-expression, your health, your vitality, your habits. It is your identity. The sun being in your first house means it is all about you. Now it is illuminating your seventh house, which has to do with some kind of an ending. This could be an ending with a friend. This could, meaning they're moving away, or a partnership, or clients that no longer need you. Or now when I say ending of a relationship, sometimes we end a relationship of we're no longer going to be lovers. We're now going to be engaged and be married. We're going to be now more in a committed relationship. So not all endings are bad. Not all closures are bad. It just reveals things that a chapter is ending. Now this full moon has a lot of support from the other planets. It is in a beautiful sextile to Jupiter in the sign of Taurus. And so this definitely could have something to do with joy and pleasure and children and where you take risks. Jupiter in your fifth house has to do with expanding these topics of where you want to have joy, pleasure, children, or tapping into your inner child. So this full moon, being sextile to Jupiter, is offering themes of pleasure and love and beauty, and it's also in an easy trine to Saturn. So Saturn is in the sign of Pisces. Saturn is the planet of boundaries and restriction and building things that will last over time. And it's in the sign of Pisces, which is very fluid and in your third house of communication and short distance travel. And so it has taken your communication skills to another level. Saturn in Pisces is offering you this sense of stability, this steady growth that's going to instill genuine satisfaction throughout this time. All of this energy is really creating this atmosphere where you're going to feel safe and secure in your inner circle. It's an opportunity to nurture your soul, creating a space that's conducive to relaxation, romance, appreciation, things that bring you joy, appreciating your blessings, and having this deeper, more intimate connection with others on a soul level. Now, I do want to be mindful of Mercury. Mercury is in your 12th house of hidden fears, but it's also the house of support, hidden support. And so this is your intuition, your dreams, your psychic abilities. It's the house of retreat. And Mercury is only going to be stationing retrograde square Neptune for a few more days before it goes direct. So it's creating this dreamlike nature where you don't have all the information during this full moon. So I want you to exercise caution. It's important for you to come back to reality before sending any important messages or emails or phone or text or contracts. Anything that, because you want to minimize these potential errors and miscommunications. So read over the email or pause before you send it, before you send that text message. Check your travel itinerary, because it is an opportunity to have not all the facts with what is being revealed. And so a full moon, it's going to have a close or an ending to something that has to do with your one-on-one relationships. And remember, this could be business or partner, and this could manifest as a close friendship also. And this could be a breakup, you and your best friend break up, or this could be the end of a phase. Maybe you're moving on to the next stage, or it could be an end or a culmination of something that has to do with your partner only, but it will, you will see it and you will feel it. So your partner could be having some kind of an ending, and you will feel part of it. I mean, it's moon in Cancer, so it's you feeling other people's feels. The 7th house is often linked to romantic relationships, but I want to also include business relationships here and close friends. And so maybe one of your close friends may not be as close as you thought that you were, or and maybe one of your career situations, you are going to change the status of that and them with a client. There could be an ending that concerns your one-on-one clients, where maybe they don't require your services anymore. This could also mean that a friend, when I say like an ending with this friendship, it could be an ending to the way things were, because maybe the friend has moved away, or that they need to move away, or that there could be some miscommunication and a falling out in some way. So Capricorn, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out my other astrology forecast videos. And I invite you to join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising. Full moons, remember that they're times of endings, closures, an ending of a chapter and the beginning of a new chapter of your life. They bring themes of things in your life coming full circle. They reveal what was hidden and what was in the dark, and they now show us what we didn't see before. So the sun is in your 12th house of you being retreating from the rest of society, you paying attention to your dreams, your intuition, but being a reclusive about going within. Now, the sun is illuminating the moon, which is in your 6th house of your mental, physical, spiritual, psychological health, well-being. It's your daily habits. The 6th house is the house of health. It's the house of pets. It's a house of self-care and your daily habits. And so there's going to be something that's going to be revealed, some kind of an ending of, and there's also mentors and guides. And so there could be an end to no longer using that mentor, no longer using that guide, something that has to do with a health issue. Now, this full moon has a lot of support from other planets. Now, we have a sextile to a Jupiter in Taurus. So a sextile is this ease and grace where it's going to make things a little bit easier for you. Jupiter in Taurus is expansive of things that have to do with your home and stability. And so these opportunities are here to express the maternal nature and of pleasure and joy and love and beauty of things that have to do with home, family, roots, traditions, creating a stable home. Now, Taurus themes are pleasure, love, and beauty. And so it's how is this ending going to be creating more stability at your home? You also have this easy trine with Saturn in Pisces. So Saturn is the planet of restriction, or it is building things over a longer period of time. And Pisces is very watery and fluid. Saturn has these rings around it. And I always say it's like the fence around the yard. And it's in your second house of resources, your self-worth, your cash, your property. So you creating a home, a foundation, making sure that you're taking care of your own resources first. What are you doing? Saturn in Pisces offers this sense of stability and steady growth that instills genuine satisfaction throughout this time that'll make you feel stable, make you feel more secure. All of this energy is really creating an atmosphere so that you can feel safe and secure within your home, your inner circle. It's an opportunity for you to nurture your soul, creating a space that is conducive to healing and health and recovery, and counting your blessings and having a deeper, more intimate connection with others on a soul level. Now, at this time, I want you to be mindful because we also have Mercury. Mercury is in your 11th house of who you network with, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, and it is still currently going backward just for a few more days. And it is in a square. That is a hard aspect to Neptune. Neptune is dreamy and it can be kind of foggy. And so, during these next few days, it's important for you to make sure that you come back to reality, because it's giving you like this dreamlike quality of this full moon, and not everything is as it seems. And so before you send those important messages or finish any tasks, minimize the potential of errors and miscommunications when it comes to email, phone, text, travel. Make sure you look at it, relook at it, recap it, because it's hard. Miscommunications can happen at this time. And so Aquarius, the 6th house dealing with your health and your daily routines, especially with the condition of who you work with on a daily basis. There could be an ending that could have to do with an ending to a health issue that you've been experiencing, or maybe an ending to a fitness goal or something that you have been working towards. This is the house of where work, there could be a time of a work assignment that's completed, or a work relationship with colleagues or people that you employ. Maybe they're leaving, maybe they're retiring, maybe they're moving, or they're resigning from the workplace. But this is you with a balance between your home, your work, and there's some things that could go on with your health and your body and your work that closures and endings. Something has run its full course, its cycle, and now in order for a new beginning, there has to be this closure, this ending. So Aquarius, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out my astrology video forecasts on other major transits. I invite you to join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. And for a private consultation, you can schedule one at willowgraceastrology.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising. I want to remind you that full moons, they're a time of endings and completion and closure. They bring these themes of things in your life coming full circle. They reveal what was hidden or what was in the dark. And so the sun, we look to that first, and the sun is in your 11th house of who you're connecting up with in order to manifest your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. The 11th house is your teams that you are with, or the peers that you're with, or where you meet up with other people that are like-minded. And so it is illuminating resonating something that has to do with your fifth house. This could be with children. It could be with where you take risks, or art or music or creativity. It could be something that has to do with the child within. And so endings in this could be endings where ending of a love affair, or ending of something that a child moving out, or a child graduating, or finally having the baby, or a project, meaning a creative project, could be now completing or ending. Now, this full moon, it has a lot of support from other planets. It is sextile to Jupiter in Taurus. So this has to do with the way that you're communicating with people on a daily basis. The third house is our neighbors, it's short distance travel, it's our siblings, our cousins. It is also who we literally talk to or communicate through phone or email on a daily basis. And so it's allowing this expansive energy in order for pleasure, love, beauty, and expanding how you, the way that you say it, how you feel about it, and expressing the maternal nature of this Cancer full moon. Now, there's also an easy trine to Saturn in Pisces. So we know that this has everything to do with you. Saturn is the planet of boundaries. It has the rings around it. So I always think about it as the fence around the yard. And you needing to have some boundaries, or needing to have something that that will build over a longer period of time, that is growing your personality, your appearance, your self-expression, your habits, your vitality, your health. This is you coming full circle with who are you? Who are you presenting yourself to the world? And there's some projects that are going to be ending, some creative things, and new beginnings that are offered because of that. Now, Saturn in Pisces offers you this sense of stability and easy growth in who you are, who you're showing yourself to the world, and having this genuine satisfaction throughout this time. All of this energy is really creating an atmosphere where you feel safe and you feel secure in your inner circle. It is offering you an opportunity to nurture your soul, creating a sacred space that's conducive to relaxation and romance and appreciation of your blessings, to have these more deep, intimate connections with others that are like-minded on a soul level. Now, I want you to be mindful of Mercury. Mercury is in your 12th house of authority figures, job, you being seen in the outside world, bosses, and receiving accolades. And it is still retrograde, and it is in a square to Neptune. Remember, squares are these hard aspects that have to be integrated. And so things are a little foggy, as it's going to be stationing direct in the next few days, which is going to be adding a more dreamlike nature to this full moon. So it's important for you to make sure that you come back to reality before sending any important messages or finishing any tasks, to minimize potential errors and any miscommunications when it comes to email, phone, text, or travel. So to recap, remember that the fifth house again is associated with your children or your inner child. It's being childlike, it's romance, it's creativity, it's the house of what we do for fun. And a full moon here is definitely going to have some kind of an ending. It could manifest as, again, your children, having children, maybe they're finishing school, maybe they're moving away, or something new beginning for them that could result in an end of some sort, maybe an end of them being single and now they're married, or an end of not living in the house and moving out. The fifth house is also the house of creativity, of what you do for fun and romance. And so all of these topics can reach some kind of a climax, or a completion of maybe music, or a completion of an artistic project, or a social event that's launched, or a sporting level that's achieved, achieved, because the 5th house is also the house of where we take risks and sports and activities. So Pisces, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. For more, please check out the astrology forecast videos on the other major transits. I invite you to join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. To get a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe.